Lifetime achievement. How does that feel?
I'm not dead yet.
No, thank God for that. No, there's so much work to be yet done.
Yeah.
But no, how does it feel to be recognised, though?
It's lovely to be recognised. There were 14 of us, and we all need that recognition. It was a cooperative effort, just as it is now.
Yep,
But
absolutely.
I'm so proud to be up there with this woman because I think she's doing a brilliant job.
How do you feel?
I feel like for all of us that are in the movement, our job is to like pick up this rock of oppression and discrimination and move it a bit further, and to get to know Lisa and be able to stand next to her and be like, yeah, okay, it's my turn to move the rock, and there'll be people that come after me that work for Stonewall and work in our movement that do the same thing. That is beautiful and kind of overwhelming, but you know, I was saying to Lisa, I don't really have heroes, but she really is a hero of mine. So
I mean,
I'm just a lucky dyke who was around at the right
big dyke
time
energy
in the
for
right
both of
place.
us, right?
we love that because we all need that sort of source of inspiration from time to time. What does it mean to be helping communities mobilize in solidarity with one another, and where do you see that going forward? What's of most importance right now for people to pay attention to?
Solidarity is incredibly important. They're coming for all of us. They're not just going to they pick off groups they think are weakest or have the least support, but they're coming for all of us. And if that's not clear by now, then people aren't looking.
Agree. So our movement, the LGBTQ plus movement, is more united than I think it's probably ever been. And that is a really beautiful and a really powerful thing. But we need to form kind of bonds of solidarity with the racial justice movement, the women's justice movement, disability justice movement. Because Lisa's right, you know, like human rights are universal and they're indivisible, right? So we need to stand together. This is a really, really dangerous time for human rights. And it's time for us all to stand up, I think.
And our movement would have been nowhere without Black Power in the States, without the women's liberation movement. You know, we fed off them when the gay liberation movement started. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, because all of these intersectional movements don't happen in isolation, and we all need to be there for one another, learn from one another so that we can move forward together. How can people get involved with Stonewall?
So you should follow us on social media. Everybody can do something. So you can support all of our campaigns against conversion therapy, for IVF equality. You can get involved by emailing your MP. You can get involved by contacting kind of local decision makers. You should obviously kind of volunteer for us. If you're terribly wealthy, you should give us money. But most important, actually, is not about how you can support Stonewall. It's how we can support each other. So all of us have a voice. All of us have ability to stand up. All of us have ability to stand for our siblings. That's the most important thing that everybody can do right now.
I love that. One final question. When we talk about organizing, mobilizing communities and the good fight, while yes, there's so much beauty in that, but yes, there's challenge with that. There's an emotional labor that comes with it. What's your advice with looking after one's mental health in the movement? How do we look after one another?
Do what you can, step back from what you can't, and don't ever imagine that the movement couldn't exist without you.
100%.
Nobody is indispensable, but what happens is you start to believe the movement can't do without you, and that's the point where you've burnt out and you need to step back, because you'll stop being a help and you'll start being a hindrance. Harsh words, but true.
Yep.
I love that. I love that.
Sleep, go again. That's it.
Rest.
Yeah.
Save yourself, because you can't save anyone else if you haven't saved yourself first. It's like those stewardesses say on the airplanes, put your own oxygen mask on first.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, there's so much there's obviously beautiful, incredibly powerful words, but such an education as well for everyone. So thank you so much, and huge congratulations again on this win. Have a lovely evening ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.